back to Four Lake Forest, and welcome back to another episode in our main project today with a real-time episode. I'll get to that in a second, but we have to talk, okay? So first things first, we are going to build something together today. We are going, that was a very German, together, this is the TH. We are going to try our best today at building two new rides, at least the first layout of it. We're building a kids coaster, a vekoma kids coaster, and a log flume. I haven't had the talk to talk this time. Sorry, I'm completely done because the last 2.5 weeks I've been pre-recording a lot of content. I've been doing Jurassic World Evolution 3, I've been doing Planet Zoo, and I've been working on a Secret Planet Coaster 2 project, which has nothing to do with a future update. It's something I've been working on for a long while, and also my brother has been helping me quite a bit with it, and yeah, he's been finishing his part finally, and so it's time for me to take over. Hence, I hadn't had the time to go into this project even more. And honestly, I needed a little bit of a break after that dark ride in the last episodes, which is all the way back in there, in that house, in that wonderful main university centerpiece building. You see, it's raining in the game, and this is for a good reason. I wanted to quickly meander through the main street with you guys and talk about one thing that still bothers me so much in this game. Like, I've been playing Jurassic World Evolution 3 the last couple days, and I have been binge recording, as you know, Tiny Atoll on Planet Zoo. And both games feature amazing weather, and then we are back in the most sunny, heavy rain ever, and people not really reacting to the weather at all. Just like, they don't even mind. They're even celebrating being soaked by the weather. Whatever. They don't really enjoy it, seems. I mean, they do enjoy, but I don't enjoy that they do enjoy, if you get what I mean. Also, like, graphic-wise, I'm not even, like, there's not really an issue with that. Graphic-wise, the puddles and stuff look quite amazing, and I have to say, in all honesty, comparing the puddles and the wetness effect on pieces, this is by far the best they have done. This is better than in Planet Zoo, but yeah, the overall setting, the lighting and stuff, it just doesn't work fine. However, there is something I noticed when I went back into the game, and hopefully, this is a little sign of something happening in the future. Remember when I have spotted that they did change a little bit also? Hold on. What were they running like crazy over here? That was normal speed, wasn't it? Remember when I was finding that they have changed something in the water of the rapid rides and stuff, and it was nowhere in the, how's it called? It was nowhere in these different my god, forgot, change notes, not at all. And then in the next update, they completely redid the water. So that was basically a little bit of a forecast that they were working on that. So maybe I have found something coincidentally, which I'll get to at the end of the episode, because we need to kind of keep the suspense here a little bit. And I figured that my mouse is having a, let me just quickly, well, I can do this on the fly, I guess. I think I have still the other one connected. Give me a second. Yeah, there you go. One of my, like, I've got a brand new mouse because mine, my old one, is finally signing. The signs of the time is haunting them back. I had my mouse for, oh boy, 15 years or something. It is the good old Logitech MX518, and I love that to. Not to bit, I love it so crazy. But it seems like this, oh wait, there seems to be a problem on my computer, not on the mouse it seems, because that one has the same issue here. Well, maybe it's also because I have actually two plugged in, whatever. As long as it's working, you know, there is a cursor popping up all the time. This is why I notice it's always doing a little bit of a double click where it shouldn't. I am very much still enjoying this project a lot, you know. Excuse me. There are some books on our main street, floating books. Yeah, I've been working on that. Okay, I've been busy doing the interior. We're gonna go over there in a second to have a look. So there's a lot we can do soon in this project. I had so many ideas, but I needed to focus on some, and this is why you guys come in. Today, you will be helping me out to find out what we are doing in the next episodes and coming. So this is our little, and there's also part of the window. I need to really get a little bit of a, work around on these things and clean certain things up. Oh gosh, I still love the sidelines everywhere over here, just like that university building looking absolute fire. Also in the rain, it kind of looks good. Yeah, I just gotta have to tidy up a couple things, but it's nothing major. Look at the puddles over here. This is what I meant. It looks freaking fantastic. Look at this shot over here, my friends. That is, again, this is the best they have produced. If only they would get the lighting correct, it would be so mega. Also, I figure something about the lighting might be different, but you know, I could be totally biased now because of being so much into Jurassic World Evolution 3 and then seeing that. I'm just going to quickly go around with you guys, have a look around what else we have done so far in this project, because it's actually quite a lot. I was lately just checking this. I was like, oh my god, yeah, we did a lot, you know. This is the coaster over here. There's like the miniature ride. Can we actually spot that if we go on here on the inside? So there's the miniature ride here hidden in the background, and there's already a flat ride that is going to become a bit of a monastery building, as some of you suggested, which I still find a very, very cool idea. So let's go down the staircase. This one is becoming a sign over here, by the way, in case you're wondering. There, I'm still wanted to put a map on here. God, but in the rain, the texture looks horrific. But also, it's scaled up by a million times, so whatever. Yeah, so we're getting to a point where this project now needs to grow up a little bit. You know, I need to just get rid of that initial vibe of whatever we do. Okay, whatever we do is nice. We have to now get in some serious talks, and this is today's episode, a serious talk about what we are doing in the future. We are going to make our way now to the dark. Oh, look at that difference here on the path. Ooh. It's a nice little detail I haven't seen before. Look at how the path gets slowly more dry. Like there's that puddle and wetness effect in front, but then there's just that being a little darker, and then all of a sudden it's gone. Down here there's like no water effect whatsoever, and then the same happens over here. Yeah, oh, that's nice. That's very nice. Turning around, yeah, in the shadow you don't notice that much though, but oh my god, so good. So freaking good. All right, going in here. This is where the dark ride is. Also, the music is oddly fitting right now. This is my 4-leg playlist, by the way. In case you're interested, let me know in the comments down below. Then I will put a playlist in. This is all copyright-free music from Epedemic Sound. I could put you all the different songs in if you're interested. So that is the entrance to our dark ride. And then over here you have that wonderful look. Oh god, I'm so in love still with this ride, with the station, with the lighting, with everything. It's just so good. Again, as I said, there will be a couple of tiny details in here. We are lacking some of these nitty little tiny, you know, like signage of how long you're waiting, and some kind of do not jump down here signs, and maybe like a bin or like a vending machine in here. That's typically what you would have. Maybe a locker of some sort, but actually no, you would take your bags with you. Oh god, look at that. Look at the light glooming in here. Oh, it's so good. It is so good. Also, look at this is like the detail I love. Look at this light reflecting in the window, and then also the light changes according to the leaves outside casting the light or bump light. This is way more than it looks like. This is so freaking good how subtly it changes. I am beyond happy with this. So yeah, I hope you guys were in for a little bit of a talk, because, you know, I wanted to just quickly go around. But now it's time to jump out and have a look at our park. Again, it is not, like, it doesn't really look like much, okay? But it is a lot of work that went into this one. Also, we should actually get rid of the rain right now, because that is a bit annoying. So let's get into off. There we go. And this is wonderful. This is wonderful. So I'm gonna pause the game real quick, because we are going to build 2 rides. Actually, one is going here and the other one is going here. I am wanting to start with the one that goes here, and this is going to be a log flume. I mean, you've seen potentially on the. Hold on. Why can I not multi-select? Ah, okay, because it's just like, okay. So let's put just nature on. Apply filter to selection. And get rid of those. So we're just gonna do this. It's going to be different anyway. So the path actually comes in here, and then we are going to build this. Why is my mouse so slow? I think I can. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna change mine again, because this one is a little faster. Yeah, there you go. That's a bit nicer to play with the new one. The old one is still nice, but you can just feel it's not functioning correctly anymore. So what we're going to do. This is what I meant. Have you seen that? Like, it's always like this kind of double tap on here, and I don't know why, but like the double tap is super annoying. So we can either go with this log flume, or we can go with that log flume, the white log flume. And in my specific case, we are going with the white log flume. There's no specific specific reason for that. I just like the model a bit nicer to what I have in mind. But other than that, it is just going to be this one. So you can see there is our lake. I want to interact a little bit with the lakes. This is why we're bringing this thing down here. And I'm just going to place this thing relatively low. So I want to get a little creek that runs from this one all the way down here. So we're gonna use that little tunneling trick to you know, get there a functioning creek in. But for the moment, I think I'm gonna put this just like so. That is pretty good. And I want to have like a bit of a pre-section before we go all the way up into the first thing. So we're just going to keep on building. Also, you know what? I think I want to have... where do we have that? Just go to edit mode, and then we should have the auto... Hold on, auto tunnel. There we have it. And yeah, 3 meters is fine. Okay, let's build. And then we are, yeah, actually, let's do the station a bit bigger. In that sense, normally I'm a friend of smaller stations, but I want to do like a proper log flume station in here. So that is something I want to do. So it should now, yeah, auto tunnel is perfect. That's just the amount we need. 3 meters is exactly the amount we need. It's not too much, but it's all good. So this pre-section won't actually be too crazy. It's just going to meander a little bit through here. I want to have the creek going along, you know, that's a bit of what I want to have. And then we cannot get it up, obviously. I still don't know why, like, you don't have the up, like, this is a tiny detail, but I wish that if there is no option to go up, this upper arrow is just not existing, you know, that would just indicate go down, and as soon as you put it down, then the up button will be back in. But so yeah, so this is that, and we are going to have like a little bit of a lift hill here, nothing crazy. So that is already it. We are just going to have that to overcome the little creek, okay? So this is nothing in particular that is going to be already fancy, because I want to have like a bit of raised terrain here anyway, so people walk by and we have this thing on, I don't know, maybe a raised platform or something like that, just to play a bit more with the area and the heights. This is definitely something I want to do. And then so we can have, and this is what I wanted to do here, we have like a little bit of a pre-drop, you know, and that one goes straight then, and up it goes. Oh, you know, actually we need another straight piece or like a slightly curved piece, and then we go up into this section, so that it's just like a bit of a pre-one and then bumping in there, not too crazy, not too strong, so it doesn't do anything in particular crazy. This will actually look pretty nice if we put the waterfall tiny thing here. This will interact with the lift hill pretty nicely indeed. So we are going to bring this conveyor belt thingy relatively high up, because it is going to be, the big splash is going to be the first element we have here. Actually, I don't want to make this too crazy, so therefore I'm just going to have that go around a little bit high up, and then we're gonna bring this all the way over, and just about here we'll have the drop. So that is it, and then we go all the way into the drop, all the way down here, because when I want to have the creek over there, I don't want it to be all the way in the creek, you know. So the splash can go one further down. Can I make this shorter to really make that splash pop in the correct height? You know, actually 4, 5, I don't know, what about now? This might actually be a little bit too deep if I want to do actual water in here. That is too deep indeed. So that is 2 meter height, that is 1 meter height, right? So I need to go exactly one less. Let's see. If I have 8 meters here, 7 meters indeed should not work. Okay, so let's see if we can bring this back. That is the one? Is that the one? We're still on 1 meter. Okay, let's try to bring this back to 6 meter. I think just from a eye perspective, there's like a little jump in here. Like this is a bit weird. So this little cut there should maybe be it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this anyways, but it's not been exactly what I wanted. So this is going to be exactly the space I wanted it to be in. So that makes sense. We've got the first splash going all the way here, And then it is going to be a little bit around the creek again. So we're going to pass the creek a second time. But we're going to have it... So hold on. If the creek goes down here, I want this to be a lot closer to that one. So we're going to make these two pass almost next to each other. So there you go. And then we're going to bring this up again. Ooh, actually, that is too close because of the... I wish also to have the option to get this optional sidewalk to the other side on lift hills. It's a pity we don't have that option, because this is maybe a little too early to go up. Because that'll block the view. That'll block the view quite a lot. So I'm gonna make this already go like so. And then this will not block the view too much. So the whole bit can now go all the way over here. And then we're going to have another little incline coming up here. So this is then going to be the splash into the lake, which is going to be a bit of an attraction, and it's going to be very nice indeed. So we're going to have this laid out pretty much over here. So go around here, and then go down into the lake. Now we have to find basically the position where we will bring this down. Okay, in that scenario, I need to go one further down, right? So let's just drag this one out one more, which is this, and then we go. Yeah, that is better. I know it's not exactly the height, which I don't really mind, because it's gonna get these splash effects anyways. We would then need to move this whole ride with the advanced move up a tiny bit, which I think is a good idea anyways. We're gonna make like a little bit of a test ride in a second, but I feel like this is a good idea. So if I'm gonna bring this out, it should tunnel its way through here, right? Hold on, what happens if I do? Ooh, look, yeah, then you have this kind of, this neat corner cut over here. Yeah, this is actually almost perfect, to be honest. I need to just move the whole bit a tiny bit up, but not by much though. So yeah, I'm willing. Like, would you do that? I mean, this is like lake water. You wouldn't do that because of the water filtration and so on. So realistically, we would need to maintain this whole thing a little bit. Okay, so see, I guess I am doing this because, I mean, I don't want to make this project hyper realistic, but I want to make it somewhat believable. I wonder if I can get one step further. If it's just feasible. That is too low. That is, and now we have it. Yeah, okay. So there's nothing in between. Okay, realistically, this is the height you would go for. Like in real life, you would do it this way, and then you're being in the lake. I'm unsure if I want to do this because it just does not really look nice. You know what? I'm just gonna do it differently. I'm just gonna do it in a way that it gets a filtration system around that part. So the idea should be that this is all the way working. Awesome. Then we bring it back, and then the whole thing is going to meander back towards the station. I'm just going to make it a little bit round here to just have a bit of a storytelling element, maybe some flowers, I don't know, just like a little S-curve. I don't mind too much. So there's the station, so we can bring it all the way back to the station if we want to, through that little forest, getting a bit of a magical kind of way back. So let's bring it down, and there we have it. I'm unsure why there is some space music in the... That is weird. That slipped in. Oh my god. That's a bit of space music that went into this playlist. It should not be there. Okay, hold on. Is that the right height? No, it's not. So we're gonna bring this... I think this is the height, right? 2 meters should be it. And boom. There we go, all the way back into the station. Which is nice. I'm just like, does this fit right? I think this fits super right. Now what we could do is I could obviously now lower the entire thing down a tad bit more to just make just raise this thing a tad bit more to have this a bit more realistic. I think I want to try that. Let's have a look. I want to try to have it this high up. I'm just wondering what it does with the area down here. Oh no, I'm super fine with this. I'm super fine with this. The only thing I'm not fine with is that last part. I'm definitely going to change that. This is not looking any good. Let's get rid of mostly this, and then we're going to build. Oops, we're going to build from here, but we're going to keep a station going for a bit, and then we're going to have a bit of a shorter one here, and now we connect. That's it. So we have a bit of a nice kind of curve over here. I think we can smooth that, right? Yeah, that makes the whole thing a bit nicer. So we have like a last little bit going into the station. I feel like this is pretty good. So let's add a couple trains here. And we're going to say friction is 1. It doesn't really matter. Mass, blah, blah, blah. Let's have a little test and see where this is going. Because I just want to see if that works. Color-wise, I'm unsure what we do. I haven't really wrapped my head around this. I think it's going to be somewhat in the green to hide that nicely in the forest, you know. Maybe have some brighter green on these weldings or whatnot. Yeah. Oh my god. So this is the inside. I think the inside for us would be making like a nice green earth tone. I don't know if that's the right way to go. I mean, it doesn't... Yeah, I don't know. We also have to discuss about how old this ride would be in this project, so that'll change a lot about what you would do anyways. But let's speed up the process a little. I want to see, also I want to see how much speed do they build up in these areas here. Let's have a look. It's not really that much speed, is it? It's okay. It's okay. It's also, you know, it's breaking down relatively nicely before that hill over here. The carrier just is taken nicely. Okay, so bring it all the way up. This is a very cool drop over here. And you know, I have some ideas for theming. It's not going to be the biggest and greatest theming, but we definitely want to work our way with the nature here. So we're going to work with the terrain. This is a too flat of a terrain. We're going to have a very nice kind of hill front over here. Very natural, to be honest. We are going to work a lot with typical Schwarzwald-inspired areas and waterfalls and stuff. And that's so good. Oh my god, that one has speed, pushing all the way through to the back. That's almost too short. I may make that a little longer then, because that's quite the hefty one. I mean, this one is longer despite the way shorter drop there. I may need to make this drop shorter anyways, but you know, let's see. I don't really know if I want to do it this way. It's still pretty good the way it is. So yeah, let's have a look again. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I wish to have that kind of little element that Chiapas in Fantasialand has, with that little, you know, hill in between. That would be a fun element to have. I don't think we have that in here, do we? Let's have a look if there's any special piece of... I mean, we've got some rotational tables. We have some other kind of cool things. I mean... It's cool that we have it, but in this specific ride, I didn't feel... I think we need one of these more standard rides in the park as well. So that one for here is totally fine. This is absolutely exactly what we needed. Now we go over to this area. This one is going to be a bit more fun, but also a bit more hard for me personally, because I'm not really... the best coaster builder in the world, but we are now building the last coaster from the latest DLC that we haven't built yet, and that is a family coaster. I wanted to specifically place that here. Oh, why are you so high in the air? I want to specifically place that here because we will have another bridge leading to the other side, and I want this to be viewed from here. So this is going to be a kids coaster that I wanted to be seen, and the station is going to be right on that little hill here. So it's not really connected to this area, but it's technically a bit of an area that we are going to get us sorted, I would say. And we are going to have, in our specific case, we are going to have a separate load and unload station in this case. This is going to be the boarding station, even though that is a pretty... We are not going to do this. The reason for that is a kids coaster, you know? And the kids coaster is actually pretty short anyways. Also, why do I have angle snap turned on so dramatically? I'm going to lower this down a little. So, here we go. Awesome. gonna be terraformed anyways, but yeah. So it's that push tires, 24 is slow speed between utility packs. We've got standard track. What is that? We've got launches train either direction with magnetic propulsion system. Awesome, but we don't have it at the beginning. We are going to just start our little coaster. Oh, by the way, we don't need tunneling over here, so let's disable tunneling. Also, why did it jump on 5 meter though? So we're going to start with a normal track piece, and it's going to be also, we can activate test right away. Start test, and we're gonna hit play. I want to have the coaster testing the whole time. So we're gonna first of all bring this thing down. It's gonna make a little bit of a nice curve. There you go, and it's actually going to turn already into a next little element. So like kind of snaking its way in here, and we're going to have a little helix already. A little bit of a helix. Going a tad bit tighter on that one. So we're gonna see that this goes down. Again, this is another moment where I want to play with the incline a little bit more. I feel like in this project we haven't made use of the fact that we are in the Schwarzwald, like in the Black Forest in Germany, which is a region of a lot of inclines and like hills and stuff, and I wanted to really make use of it a lot better right now. So we're going to go into the propulsion system now. This is going to be fired up. Then again, it's going to be a kid's ride, so I don't want to make it too hefty. Let's see how much it's gonna shoot it forward when we do it like this. So this is just like a tiny, nice little helix. We can do a bit of theming in the middle, and then it goes in that one. And yeah, it's almost like a good speed. I feel like this is a good speed. Giving them, let's give them a little bit of airtime at the beginning, you know. That is nice. Also, I'm willing to play with a bit of more bigger pieces. Let's see what the footprint of the ride should be. Okay, so I'm just going to bring that through here. Let's just go into a bit of a curve, bringing that in. Then we give them a little bit of a nice. Okay, hold on. I wanna make sure that this is. Oops, my mouse was going places. Okay, so I wanna give this a nice little airtime bump through this here. So let's have a look if they clear that as well. Maybe I need to put that higher up anyways, like a higher bump here. I want to just see if this is high up again. So I'm bringing that then down. If there's enough clearance. It could be very, very short on clearance. Ah, no, that's fine. That clearance is all good. So we make like a down, and then we make like a bit of a double up. So here we go, up. And again up, and then we're just going to lean into a curve. I mean, that's pretty much what a kid's coaster is all about, right? Like some up, some down, some curves, and that's about it. Let's have a look if that is good. So we're gonna go through here, and then we have good down, up, and then we go into the corner. Okay, that is cool, but I want to make sure that this cool. Oops. I'm not sure if I want to make this up here a little bit more, like so, and then we're gonna go into the curve right away, making the whole curve bigger. I want to maintain a bit more speed on that one, and we're gonna smooth that out. It's fine. I just want to make sure that this. Oh my god, we're gonna. You know what we're gonna do? I think we're gonna go right into the corner. It's otherwise that's stupid. So let's do it that way. So a bit of a double up leading into the curve. That's fine. Yeah, I feel like this is good. So I don't wanna bring it all the way through the corner. I just wanna lean into a bit of a zigzag here, giving them a moment of banking, and then. Let's have a look where we are at here. We could bring this actually. Yeah, I think that would be fun. I think we can bring this. The speed is kind of okay. I want to bring this around this one. And then basically through here. Let's have a look. And then we tie that down, bring that straight, and straight we go. Something like that. And we do like a little last push towards the station. It's a bit of a longer kids ride, you know, it's nothing too small. Usually this is already it, but I want to give them a bit of a coaster, you know. But that's the last little push we would then get into the coaster, into the station. I wouldn't mind giving them one more power here, I guess. It's a tad bit on the slow side right now, but I want to give them just another push here. So just that they make that nicely. Nothing too much, I guess. 1, 2. Maybe 2. And then we are going to bring this back to the station. Maybe like a little helix here, little curve there, and we are almost done. So let's have a look. I want to really make sure that we hug this one. This is really my attempt here to really get this very close to the other one. And then gee, into that corner we go. Yay. Oh, me likey. Okay, so that is that. And then we bank just down again a little bit. And we meander through here. And we go a little bit around the corner. Just a tiny, ever so tiny bit of airtime for the kids, you know. Nothing too hefty in particular. And then we should already go into braking. Alright. And then let's do the rest from the other side. I'm gonna bring this a little bit up here. Straight. And then we go around the corner. And that one is... Oh, you know what? Actually, we could do this. That's not too bad. So we do it that way. And there's not too much need. Okay, and then we do the typical kind of push tires back into the station. I think that's what we do. Hold on, why? So this does work? Okay, this is because it's not straight, right? Okay, we're gonna build like another straight piece here so that the game isn't too annoyed about us. And then we're gonna connect this, confirm, because then we can have push tires all the way here. Yeah, no, not here, but here. There you go. That's just how it normally is in these kind of coasters. And then we style that already like part of the station. Okay, cool. What I want to do now, yeah, just go through that one more time. I'm gonna increase the target speed a little bit. 70 kph is quite a lot for a kids coaster, but I'm not sure if it's even making 70 kph at the end of that one. So we might actually wait for the result. So what I'm going to do though is I'm just going to make that curve a little bigger right away, because that is, I can already tell that this is not too nice. Just make it wider as well. And then you're just gonna smooth that one out, and we're gonna smooth this one out, and then we just smooth the whole turn. Okay, that is nice. I think I want to keep that one as best as possible. We're just gonna drag that one down a bit more for more airtime, and then, as I said, we're gonna smooth this entire bit out, because it is kind of a double up anyways, but I don't want to make it too particularly crazy. It's a kid coaster after all. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to smooth the whole curve here. We do have some space, right? Can bring that all a bit more up, and then what I'm willing to do is I'm willing to have this one a lot more smoothed. Oops. So that helps also with the clearance, which is a lot better. It's a lot better right now. And then we're just gonna make sure that this one is also smoothed. This helix is kind of okay from the size, so I'm all good with this. Smoothing that one too. So coaster goes all the way back into the station, which is super nice. Also, where's the music? Wow. Oh, that was just the ambience music I downloaded. I was just like, oh my god, there was a lot of birds, kind of, little beeps and tweets and stuff like that, and that was just like ambience music in the playlist. Yeah, no, that was clever of me. Okay, well, in case you liked birds, little beeps and tweets, there you had it. Oh my god, that's just not what we need. Okay, let's also change the release speed of the station. Exit speed a little bit more, okay? Just ever so much more. While you're doing this, I'm just going to do a bit of terrain work here. So just making like a little mold here for our coaster. There we have it. And the same goes here. Just a little bit more terrain work if okay. So here goes. There's that. And the coaster, please do test. Forgot about that earlier. So here we go. Just making sure that all works. But I'm wondering, can I get this? I wanted to have that one go through a cave, but I think I'm gonna make this with some stones and stuff, so that this is just kind of following something. I don't know what exactly yet, but we're gonna see about that. So where's the coaster? It's going here. Yeah, that is a bit of a nicer speed. That is a nicer speed. That was quite a nice bit of airtime there at the beginning. Then going down, giving this a last bit of speed. This is now almost like on the fast side of things. Alright, I think we need to just, first of all, make sure that this is good. But we also need to adjust the coaster a little. Why can I not click on the coaster? There we go. Edit this. Yeah, 70 might actually be too much. Let's go on to 66 maybe. And then we're gonna see if that works. Okay, just the coaster goes in here, and then let's see how it is just pushed forward. That is a nice little bump here. And then let's see how it goes through here. Woo woo! Yeah, that is nice. That's not too harsh, that's all good. We get that little bit of nice curve. Down we go, bit of push. Nice little bit of last airtime. Some nice curves. Woo! Here we go. I'm wondering what the stats are. Like, it's not the most enjoyable ride in the world, but let's have a look how the stats are for this one. Oh, it's not too bad. You know, there could be a bit more excitement, but like, it's a kids coaster, so I'm relatively happy. Let's actually do a little bit of a front bumper ride. I want to see how that goes and how smooth it is for the moment being. I'm quite okay with the ride already, to be honest, but I want to experience that myself, you know. Let's go down into the ride. So we go down. Yeah, that is not smooth at all. I was already thinking that this little valley looks quite curious or kind of weird, but that's okay. So the banking over here was good. This might be a bit... Oh, no, that's fine. It looks harsher than it really is. This is a nice little thing. Oh, that one is a bit too harsh. Okay, it is too harsh. This curve looks a bit weird. Just gonna fix that too. And then this one goes fine all the way into this. And then up we go. Bit of airtime. Okay, well, we got to fix a couple things. I'm not really that happy. I thought I was more happy with the ride, but I'm gonna fix a couple things here. So let's fix first of all this, because that looks not only ugly, but it is ugly as... Just let the coaster pass, okay? So here we go. Just making sure that this goes fine, and we can actually just select everything and bring it further down, smooth it. Bring it down one more time, smooth it. Now we're good. And then what we gotta do with this is we gotta smooth, but we are going to say all, but turn. There you go. What's an F? I can change the smooth type on F. Oh wow. I did not know that. Okay. That is relatively interesting, to be honest. So this is how you can break this more outwards, and now just bring that in and give this a bit more banking. I feel like this is the way to go. Okay, let's have a look how the shaping looks. Yeah, it looks a lot better. Let's see how the coaster behaves through here. It goes in and gets a little bit more banking towards the lower part. Yeah, that is also good. Right. Now what we're going to do, I thought about making this a bump different already. So we're going to do exactly this, but we're giving this a whole bunch more airtime and a lot more clearance, because we do have the speed, so why would we not do that? So this goes way better in, and now we can also change this to be way less dramatic. We're going to smooth that out, but we just give the whole bit a bit more airtime towards the center. Clearance should now be fine, and then we can make sure that this is going to be way further back. Hold on. I wanted to have the double up here. But maybe I need to just change that a little bit up. Hold on. I need to then also bring this down. Smooth that one out a bit. I think this is the way to go. Just making sure that the whole turn is a lot more down here, and then the up goes into the turn. I think this is the way better variant of it, so we can make this a bit more exciting and bring in the airtime right after this piece. So what we're going to do is we're going to raise, actually this part of the turn is going to be the one that creates the airtime, and so we can bring this curve in as being the second up. You know, it's kind of up, airtime. So, and now we're going to smooth the exit a little to not make it too crazy. And then we're going to see how that works. This will also help us handle this part here a little better. You can see this is also going to make this all a bit nicer. Same goes for that turn. Let's see how the shaping goes. Yeah, I wanted to make it get past this one better, but let's have a look. If it goes in here, we can make that turn then a bit nicer. So then it goes in a bit nice and lean. And I'm going to smooth that out to be hugging the side a bit better. And we're going to bring this on in. I think this is fine. This is a lot better. Now we have this all, they're meandering as they should. This gives them a little bit of nice kind of airtime. Going to smooth this. This whole portion over here should be a lot more smooth. There we go. Then it goes into the corner. This one needs a bit more smoothing, so it goes directly in here. And I'm wondering, as we could bring the whole bit up a little, right? To make that look a bit more realistic. There we have it. And I'm wondering if, you know what, actually we should put this break here. And we're going to make this one. Again, that kind of weird space vibe going on there. Let's see if we've got enough space for this type of airtime at the end. Woo! Yeah, that gives us the last little bit of airtime. This is fine. This is really fine. And then what we got to do is give them a bit more banking here. Why not? So that this feels a bit more coaster-esque. There we go. I think this looks a lot better now. I think this looks a lot better. The shaping, I mean, the coaster hasn't really changed dramatically, but the shaping is much better. Let's jump in and see if that is confirmed. I should also go back to the front bumper. So we have kind of a fair comparison, I should say. But that looks already much better. Okay, so that doesn't also look so aggressive anymore. But it does catch us down way nicer. Then we go in nice down and up. That works. Right, we go long, then it tightens up a little. Cool. And then it speeds up a little bit more, tightens up a bit more, banking here. Up we go, bit of airtime into the brakes and push tires. Awesome. Yeah, I like that. I like that look. Could put like a little bit of brake in here if I wanted to. Does this thing have block sections, by the way? Oh, it does even. So we could put a block right. I want to put one here. And another one here. It doesn't really matter. I put two ones in here just to make sure that this functions. The rest is, it doesn't really matter. I think I should be able now to have block sections, and I should be able, I don't have two, wait. I can't have two trains then. I thought I could, but maybe I need to just get rid of one block section then instead. No, I still can't, okay. What about less? Do I get the option if I have less? No. Okay, that I think this is just because it doesn't clear, and if I don't block the station, it doesn't help as much as well. But it just doesn't matter. It was a little bit of an idea. So about the color, I have no idea what about the color. I have no idea what the theming will be. If you guys have ideas for that, let me know. I think somewhat more confident would be nice. Some orange color. And some wear to that, I don't know. Maybe this one is a bit more worn down, and then again some grayish or brighter gray. I don't know, maybe something like this. It's fine for the moment. I have no clue how I'm going to theme that, but I'm very, very happy with the build itself. I'm very happy with the 2 introductions we made to the park, so you have a bit of a better idea where we are getting with. So you can expect the next episodes to really work their way around the wonderful log flume we put over here and the kids coaster. I'm relatively unsure what we will do first. My feeling tells me that we will go to the coaster first and then just make sure that the whole lake is kind of hugged nicely in things, because I do have an idea for the lake itself. And I'm also thinking about connecting those 2 lakes with like a water cascade. So yeah, we are not quite there yet, but the idea is existing. So hopefully you are excited for the next one, and hopefully you appreciated this episode. I know it's not been a time lapse, but hopefully you enjoyed that nonetheless. I love to talk to you in the next one. Until then, have a good time, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Please, also for those who are watching me quite more often, please double check if you are subscribed, because sometimes YouTube is just doing YouTube things and you are not subscribed, even though you thought for a while that you are. That would be really appreciated. Thank you so much, and I talk to you, as always, in the next one.